From the time of Alfred the Great, who founded the Navy, His Majesty's ships have had to be kept supplied with stores. The old saying, everything from a needle to an anchor, is not just a catchphrase, it's founded on fact. Maybe you'd like to know the facts. After all, you're helping to buy a new Navy. Now, when we say stores, we mean everything from a needle, well, an immense range of articles. Look at this naval depot where tens of thousands of spare parts are kept in well-arranged storehouses. Stocks are laid out as they would be in any large department store. In war, more likely than not, the ships cannot come to their home bases to draw supplies, and their requirements have to be sent to them. Oh yes, these marine storehouses, and there are a dickens of a lot of them, are busy places. Raw materials, such as copper, zinc and tin, have to be available in large quantities for use ashore and afloat. This stack alone is worth more than 20,000 pounds, and that's a lot of copper. The sight of lifebelts brings us to the question of safety. We all know the meaning of dispersal, and in this war, with its intensive scale of air attack, the Navy has acquired all kinds of queer places for the storage of valuable equipment. Certain cloth mills, which formerly were fully occupied in making cloth for national consumption, have, under the government policy for the telescoping of industry, been turned over to the Navy. Over their acres of floor space are spread some of the scores of articles which must be immediately available for the artificers, artisans and shipwrights when repairs or replacements are needed. A network of depots dispersed all over the country provides for all and every requirement. Every big ship in the fleet is fitted with some 250 miles of electric cable and wire, so there's always plenty of that in store. And then there's the matter of chains. Chains for many purposes. Mooring chains, chains for anti-submarine booms, anchor chains for ships of all sorts and sizes. We tried to find out how far all these links would reach if they were placed end to end. Even the Brains Trust and the Briny Trust shied at that one. But the average length of anchor chain on a battleship is 500 fathoms or 3,000 feet. In the last war, as in this, the Navy had to invent a sweep to counter enemy mines. This means the provision of hundreds of thousands of floats to keep the sweeping wires from sinking. Important items in the naval inventory. In the torpedo shed, large stocks of tin fish await their call-up. Before dispatch for service, they're tested, and later have their warheads fitted, the business end that contains the charge and firing gear. In the Navy, 3 sizes of torpedo are used. The biggest weighs nearly 1.5 tons. And that brings us to the all-important matter of shells. You can well imagine the enormous stocks of projectiles that have to be supplied and maintained. Every size, from a 16-inch armor-piercing to a pom-pom shell, is stored in secret magazines far below the ground. Girl workers wear duffel coats to combat the cold temperatures that prevail in the labyrinth of passages that honeycomb this subterranean arsenal. Guns have big appetites and must never go hungry. Quite a large slice of that 12 millions a day that the war is costing us goes into the making of shells. Maybe these will find a mark in the Mediterranean, the Pacific Ocean, the broad Atlantic, or wherever the guns of His Majesty's ships go into action. And don't forget, gun barrels have to be replaced from time to time. During periods of refit, warships may have a new set of teeth fitted, in which case another naval ordnance depot gets busy. Before delivery, the breech mechanism is tested and thoroughly overhauled. The Admiral wants a gun. The men whose job it is to handle those weighty things will see that he gets it. Leave it to the Navy to put it to good purpose. From the tropics to the Arctic Ocean comes the thunder of 1,000 guns. A drop in the ocean at 1,450 pounds a time. But our Navy must have everything from a needle to an anchor.